Hello, I think I'm live, guys. I hope you've had a really good weekend. I am still mourning the loss of my blender. I had a chia seed pudding this morning and it just didn't hit the spot. I do love a good chia seed pudding, but gee whiz, I'm missing my blender. So guys, I wanted to pop in briefly this morning because there's been some questions coming through and I thought it would be better to just pop in and address the questions. Hey Blue, with you guys here. I'll also email it to you once we pop off the live, just so that you've got it there in writing as well. But there's some pretty common questions coming through. Hey Norma, I've actually had to get creative with this phone this morning to go live. There was a bit of a Facebook wasn't behaving. So I just want to make sure, can you hear me? Because I've actually had to put the bottom of the phone on my laptop and I hope it's not muting the microphone. So can someone let me know if I'm not muffled and I will continue. So the first question that came through was, do we have gluten-free smoothie blends? And the answer is yes. We swapped out the oats. Well, oats are naturally gluten-free anyway, but I know that some people who are celiac or who are super sensitive to oats, super sensitive to gluten, can have a reaction with oats. Oh, thanks Nicole. I can see that you've commented, but I can't see the comment. I don't know whether I'm muted or not, but let's give it a go. And so, yeah, some people just can't tolerate oats because they can be contaminated with gluten from other products in the factory. So if that's you, yes, we do have gluten-free blends. You can find them just with the other blends on the website. What we've done is we've swapped out the oats for quinoa flakes. And we've also added some Brazil nuts because the loss of oats meant that the nutritional profile dipped in selenium. And selenium, as you might remember, is super important. So we added some Brazil nuts in there to increase that selenium back up to where it was with the oats. So I still can't see that comment, Nicole, so I hope it's all good. I might just try to lift the phone up. The second question that we've had coming through is it bad to drink the same smoothie every day? And the answer is no. All of the smoothies have a really diverse range of nutrients, and you'll hear me harp on about the importance of diversity in nutrients again and again. If you wanted to be super across the board, getting lots of those different nutrients from a whole range of sources, then yes, you could alternate a different smoothie every day of the week, and then on the weekends have whatever your body is feeling called to. I typically am, maybe it's because I've got a sweet tooth, but I pretty much love the chocolate all-rounder. But when I'm feeling run down, I will often reach for both the immunity blend and also the detox blend. The detox blend is actually really good for immune system too. All those greens are just really powerful for that immune system boost as well. So follow your instincts, see what your body wants to have, and you can follow that. If you're wanting to be more prescriptive with your smoothie intake and really get that full range, you can definitely go for a different blend every day if you wanted to. So I still can't see that comment, Nicole. I got a notification saying that you did comment, but I can't see it there. Can you just, I know that you're my friend on Messenger. Can you shoot me a quick message on Messenger, Nicole, and just tell me if that sound is all right? I'd really appreciate it. Thanks. So the third question was kind of along the same thread. Let me just read it. It says, can you have too many vitamins and minerals and overdose in a way? And I love that you've asked this because I wanted to address it in the live video that we did the other day with Jordan, but we didn't want to make it too long. So for all vitamins, it's very difficult to overdose naturally. The recommended daily intake of vitamins and minerals can actually beneficially be exceeded if they're coming from natural foods. Oh, thanks, Nicole. That's awesome. Thanks for sending that message through. But if you're having those vitamins and minerals from a synthetic supplement, then you can overdose on those vitamins and minerals. If you're getting that same goodness from a natural food source, as you are with these smoothies that we've been talking about in the last 2 weeks, it's very difficult to overdose. Like one example is that sweet potato puree. So 1/4 cup of that sweet potato puree gives you, 8 times your RDI of vitamin A for the day. And that might cause alarm bells for someone who knows that you're not meant to take too many supplements for vitamins. But like I've said, in a natural food source, it's very hard to overdose on vitamins and minerals. And in fact, it can be very beneficial because the recommended daily intake for vitamins and minerals is actually not at a level for you to thrive. That's just a level to survive. So if you want to thrive, then we need more of those vitamins and minerals. So I hope that makes sense. The next question was, when does it all end? Tomorrow at midnight. So that 20% off savings code for blends, ingredients, and equipment does end at midnight tomorrow. It's been great to see so many of you taking it up already. You've got until tomorrow night if you're one of those late birds like I typically am, and leave it to the last minute. We will invite you over to our main Facebook group where we can keep on supporting each other and talking smoothies and whole foods over in the other group. So I'll send you that invitation on Wednesday. Someone else asked, how long will the videos be up? Until tomorrow midnight as well. Someone else asked, can I use the blends for non-smoothies? And the answer is absolutely. There's a bunch of recipes in the Mega Challenge ebook that quite a few of you have got already. There's Cocoa Pops, there's chocolate porridge. Chocolate porridge, my goodness guys, chocolate porridge is one that our kids love. Our 7-year-old boy Max just devours the chocolate porridge, which is the all-rounder in the porridge. So there's more non-smoothie recipes to come. So if you want those, just make sure to join the main Supercharged Smoothies Facebook group that we'll invite you to, and you'll be able to get those updates as they come along. Another question was, do I need to use the whole serve of blend in a smoothie? And no, you absolutely don't, but keep in mind that the blends have been very carefully formulated with a naturopath and with a nutritionist to make sure that with the base, the liquid fruit and veg, together with the blend, does give you that fully balanced, complete meal. You can absolutely use a half serve or a sprinkling or whatever it is you want to do, because there are so many loaded benefits in that blend. Any amount is going to be beneficial. But if you did want to have that complete meal, then yes, use the whole serve of the blend. The other question is, how long will shipping take? We usually ship next day, but if you caught the live last week on Friday, you would know that we had a massive, we're closing our website, and so we had lots of orders come through, and so we're probably 1 or 2 days behind schedule. So when you place your order, you would normally get it out next day, but we're probably 1 or 2 days behind. Which foods are highest in iron that I can add to my smoothie? Now, of all the smoothies we featured, they're all actually high in iron, but the blend or the smoothie that's highest in iron is actually the Cherry Ripe Immunity Smoothie, and that provides a whopping 59% of your iron RDI for the day. So 59% of the iron that we're recommended to have for the day is inside that Cherry Ripe smoothie. And so other things, if you're not using a blend or you're just wanting to sort of add in some extra iron to your smoothies, the other ideas that you can use are chia seeds, and you can use them for, say, a chia seed pudding, put it in your yogurt, you can sprinkle it on almost anything. Black beans, I will often make a black bean flour, and I'll sprinkle it in heaps of my different dinners, all sorts of things you can find to sprinkle black beans in. Even our kids don't like beans in their whole form in dinners. It's a bit of a long-term project I'm working with them on, but what you can do with spaghetti even is whiz up the black beans in the blender and just mix the puree through the dinner. That's something that we do as well. But other foods really high in iron are hemp seeds, cashews, maca powder. Cacao powder is loaded with iron, and so is goji berries. There's a few others. I'll put them in the email for you, so it's not this big long list that I'm saying that you won't remember anyway. Sorry about my voice, it's a little bit off. I should have had a glass of water next to me. A lot of people are asking about Thermomixes. I don't have a thermo. I know. Everyone's always super surprised when they hear me say that. I don't have a Thermomix. I just find that for my big family, they're not big enough to make dinners and things and to justify the cost. So, but I did poll our smoothie lovers that have Thermomixes, and I asked them how they perform for smoothies. It was a bit of a mixed response, and a few people gave some very specific methods they use to make sure that their Thermomix blended smoothies come out really good. So I will link you to that poll in the email that I send after this. So if you're a Thermomix owner and you want really good smoothies, just click that link to go through to the poll where lots of other people have sort of given their advice about Thermomixes. How many calories do the smoothies have? Someone's asked. What I would do, rather than, because there's so many different variations with the base recipes and the blends, I will put it on the email and send it through. It's basically the calories that we've put through there, they're really good in terms of delivering a complete meal without being in excess. So they're really good for, we do not promote these as a weight loss supplement because there's lots of, I won't take the time right now to show you my opinion about weight loss and that whole world, but suffice to say, I don't want to have a weight loss focus. But one of the happy benefits that people typically enjoy with having nutrient-dense foods is that benefit of weight loss. And so, yeah, it's a complete meal without being in excess, so some people do enjoy that benefit. But I will put that through on the email for you, and you can customize the base if you want to. You know, some of the bases have those, you know, a quarter cup of cashews. If you wanted to reduce the calories of that particular smoothie, you would simply swap out the cashews for, say, a nut milk, for example. So I'll send that through to you. And someone's asked about the chocolate milkshake and when that's being released. It is so good, guys. It's literally like a Milo replacement and the kids just beg for it. But we're having some trouble scaling it. So every time I make it at home, it's beautiful. Every time we make it at the warehouse at a larger scale, it just doesn't quite work. So we're trying to figure that out, and we'll have it to you soon, along with the vegan gut-loving smoothie, which we're also working on. And something else that we're also working on is a smoothie directed for the health benefit of relieving or supporting those with anxiety. That's a big one that a lot of people are struggling with. And so that's something that we've been asked to make. And so we're doing lots of research around anxiety and foods that support that and brain health and all the rest. So it's not the same as the brain health, the brain boosting smoothie, but it will have some similar ingredients, but it will be different. The last question that people ask is, are the blends safe for pregnancy, breastfeeding, babies, toddlers, etc.? So basically, people want to know if they can have these smoothies at every life stage. It's a really great question. And because I'm not a qualified health expert myself, I took it to our team of qualified health experts who consult with us on these blends, naturopath Jess Donovan and nutritionist Renee Regden from Food Matters, and they weighed in on this for us. And the three ingredients that were sort of particularly honed in on were maca powder, slippery elm powder, and moringa powder. So this was the answers. I'm going to read it so I don't get it wrong. Maca powder. So actually, I'll start with slippery elm powder. Both Jess and Renee say that they would give slippery elm powder to their own children. Jess recommends the slippery elm powder in her practice regularly for people that come and see her. And she also made the comment that the amounts of slippery elm powder in the smoothie blends are fine for pregnant and breastfeeding women. That being said, she has said that the Food Standards Australia New Zealand have classed slippery elm as a novel food. So that basically means that although it's been used for centuries in Native American Indian communities, it's new to the Western world. And so there hasn't been adequate, robust research to prove safety. And so that hasn't been undertaken yet. When it is undertaken, then they'll review it on the novel food list and approve it or not. So it has been used for centuries. Jess prescribes it to many, many people, and they're confident giving it to their kids. But because of that being on the novel food list, we just have to give that precaution. So maca powder has also been given to children in Peru traditionally for many generations. And there's data on The data on 600 subjects in the Peruvian Central Andes shows that maca consumption is safe and that it improved health status. So I'm going to link you to a study in that email that I sent through. But again, that being said, because of the limited data on safety specifically for kids, it's thought to be safe in small amounts. And the amounts in the smoothie blends are acceptable from a safety perspective for all life stages, Jess and Renee have told us. Lastly, moringa. Oh, moringa is incredible, guys. I wish I could show, I will show you in the email. It will take too long to share right now. I'm going to share some extracts of the studies that have been done on moringa powder to show you the benefit for pregnant women and breastfeeding women particularly. But moringa is also classed as a novel food with the Food Standards Australia, New Zealand, and that's because, again, it hasn't had that rigorous study done yet in the Western world. However, again, Jess and Renee both advise that it's considered safe for all life stages. So I will send through a study. The TGA recommendation is that I'm going to read it again. Jess and Renee say that they would give these blends to their own babies and toddlers, but the TGA, which is the Therapeutic Goods Administration, regulations for supplements, and this is not a supplement. Smoothie blends are not a supplement. However, the two foods, slippery elm powder and moringa, they both fall under the category of supplement foods. And because of that, the advice is not to give these smoothie blends to children under 2 without medical advice. So guys, I hope that helps. I will send all that through on email. I know it's a lot to take in, but Jess and Renee both give them a huge thumbs up from a personal perspective. And oh, that's right, I wanted to also say that the slippery elm powder is only present in the gut loving blend because of its benefit to the gut lining and the mucosal wall around the gut. And the moringa is present in the brain boost blend because of the fact that it's an adaptogen and it helps our body respond better to stress. So I thank Jess and Renee for chiming in there, and I hope that that answers some of your questions. I wish that I could see your comments on here, guys, so that I could answer some potential other questions that you might have, but I cannot see any comments at the moment. I will reply to them by typing after I hang up on this call, and then I'll send the questions through and the answers on email in just a second. So just a reminder, your special savings code for 20% off all the blends and ingredients and the equipment ends at tomorrow midnight. Thank you for your support, all those beautiful people who have already been placing their orders or even ordering the Mega Challenge ebook so they can refer back to it again and again. It's really lovely to see that appreciation of the challenge coming through. So thank you so much. My voice is being really weird right now. I apologize. I'm going to go and get a drink. Have a great day, guys, and I'll email you now. Bye.